Okay, guys, so now we've officially begin tonight's discussion on getting started in Web3. The tools and resources you need as a beginner to embark on a journey, how to navigate several blockchain ecosystem. And also, our speakers are going to be sharing some user-friendly Web3 platform and concepts you guys could use or can use. So, yeah, welcome Miracle, welcome Smart COG. So, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your backgrounds. Miracle, can
Um,
you hear me?
yeah,
Okay.
good evening, everyone. Um, just to be sure that it can be heard, if you can hear me, just type in the chat box, fire on. Okay, if you can hear me, just type fire on.
Okay, Miracle, I believe everyone can hear you. Kindly fire on.
Okay, sorry, what was your first question? I had a network break that I couldn't.
Oh, oh, no worries. So, kindly introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background before we dive into tonight's discussion.
Sorry, Pope, your voice is kind of vibrating. It's kind of vibrating. I'm hearing the wall sound.
Oh, sorry about that. Maybe it's a network glitch from your end. So, I said, kindly introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background before we dive into tonight's discussion.
Okay, awesome. So, like I gave an example, I gave an introduction. My name is Ogbuehi Miracle Jeremiah. Uh, I am the lead for Blockchain Biro University, which is a blockchain campus club that is focused on fostering the adoption of blockchain technology and also Web3. Okay, so for my background, I started crypto very early, like a whole lot of us, but never took it seriously. I think I started 2018 ending, but trust me, I never took it seriously. What I just had then was Trust Wallet, doing one or two things, and then 2020 during the COVID, I had an opportunity to start interacting with smart contracts, Ethereum smart contracts. I don't know if some of us could remember about them. That was where I was able to get a few knowledge. And then I lost it all 2020, 2021. I decided to invest in knowledge. Okay. Uh, then I was a little bit free with my studies. So I now understood that it's no longer about capital, it's about what you know. So I invested heavily 2021, and then from there I started interacting with the blockchain and also Web3 ecosystems, different parts of them. So since then, I've been able to work with different brands, ranging from centralized exchanges to different protocols and a lot of them. So currently, I am currently leading the marketing team for AutoChain. Our project lead spoke 2 days ago, I guess. So I'm currently the marketing team. So currently, I'm into Web3 marketing full time. So that's just a little bit. Let me give my other speakers an opportunity to also introduce themselves. Okay. Thank you very much, Pope.
Yeah, thank you very much, Miracle. Also, please kindly check your background since you have some noisy background. Okay, Smart COG, kindly introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Am I audible enough?
Very audible.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yeah, just like he said, my name is Pat. But my real name is the COG abbreviation at the back of SMART. That is Chukwuonye Johnpaul. So that's just the full meaning of the name Smart Code J. I'm into blockchain and okay. Okay, let me just start just the way Miracle introduced himself. I got into the space in 2020 officially. Like I knew about crypto in 2019, but Um, that was um, that was just Jega way, you know. I didn't take it serious. So in 2020, I think it's February precisely, I have to take it very serious. So um, just the way Miracle said, a lot of people just came into the space through that smart contract stuff. Some people got scammed. Some people had some experiences, which has actually I'm one of them. So um, then in that 2020, I started learning. Okay, I started learning um, trading per se. Then in 2021, I ventured into exchanges. So I work with Bybit Exchange as KOM manager from 2021. Yeah, 2022, sorry, 2022 to 2023. Um, around that kind June, I stopped working with Bybit. So I basically work with Bybit Exchange, and currently we are building a community called Blockchain Unizik. That is Unizik Blockchain Lab, UBL, where we foster the adoption, the education, and the interesting aspect of blockchain to student level, connecting them to different companies and increasing the adoption of blockchain within Anambra State and its environment. So currently now, yeah, I work with different brands as a community manager too. So, but currently I'm building this community called Unity Blockchain Lab currently. So it's exciting to have you guys here, and yeah, thank you, Secret Network, for inviting us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Smart Favorite, for being on invite. And also, thank you so much, Miracle, for doing us. So, I've promised each and every participant today that this section is going to be interactive, and you guys get to share your stories with these guys and give them advice, tips, guides they need to be able to thrive in the decentralized future. Because we believe sharing your experience, sharing your stories with these guys could really impact them and also help them in navigating the blockchain ecosystem. You know, as a beginner, then when I got into the ecosystem, the only thing I know about blockchain is just the project I'm working with them. I never knew there was more trades. I never knew there was several other blockchain ecosystem. I never even knew that there are tools which I could use because I was only used to one ecosystem then. So what you guys says, expose them to several ecosystems today. Also, what tools and resources to them as a beginner to embark on their Web3 journey. And also, finally, some user-friendly Web3 platform and concepts they could engage in. So let's start with how can they get started? They've learned about blockchain, they've learned about NFC, they've learned about DeFi, also learned about some basic Web3 emerging technologies. So how can they get started? What is it? What is in it for them? Where did they need to go? How did they even begin? So yeah, let's kick off from there. And remember, let's make this section very interactive.
Okay. Thank you very much, Poop, for that question. I hope I'm audible, right?
Very audible.
Awesome, awesome. So how do you get started? Okay, you have heard about blockchain, you have heard about NFT, you have heard about DeFi and Web3. Okay, so how do you get started? That's it's a very important question. It sounds simple, but as simple as it is quite confusing for those who do not understand, because I've seen a lot of people that said that get started with this space by going to their Twitter to change their name to either .eth or using probably a PFP as their changing their PFP to an NFT design on Twitter. But all that doesn't matter. Okay, I'll be relating with you guys in a very, very experiential manner. Okay, I'll be telling you out of experience and what I have learned over the years and how you can be able to also incorporate that in your own life. So the first thing, okay, a lot of us that came into the space, you guys will bear me witness. For those of us that are already OGs here, my bosses as well, you discover that the first thing that really drove us into this space was the drive to actually leave that place where we could no longer afford what we want. I think the current name now is Sapa. Like, before you go take a next step to something, your current level need to actually start. You need to start becoming uncomfortable with it. You know, owing to the fact some of us might have done linear jobs and you are tired, you're like, I can't go back to this thing. So the first thing is the state of your mind. Okay, you have to be very serious about it this time, that you want to leave what you are. You want to really face this thing. This thing has been working for Mr. A, it has been working for Mr. B. I am Mr. C and it has to work for me. Okay. When you have set up a determined mind, the next step you need to do now is to what? Is to seek for knowledge. A lot of people come to me and be like, I want to start crypto. I have 50,000. What should I invest in? I'll tell them that invest in knowledge. And they go home sad, or they go disappointed. They don't really understand where all those things is coming from. If you want to get started, the first thing you need is education. Proper education about what this space is all about. Okay, because if anybody that comes in with money, anybody that if we have two people, one comes in with money, the other one comes in with knowledge. The person with knowledge is more liable to be sustainable in this space than the person with money. Because what happens is that if you don't learn, you have to use your money to pay and learn. And how you pay is actually losing that money at first. Okay? So the first, like I say, is what? Having a determined mind. The secondly is seeking for the right knowledge. And then the next step you should take, okay, is picking a niche. You can't be everywhere at the same time. I didn't state this, but when I was starting, but 2019, I was hearing about crypto. What made me start hearing about crypto was because I started learning Forex. I was a Forex trader for like 1 year before joining the crypto sphere, or before joining the blockchain space. So you will be paralyzed by too many desires that you want to achieve at a particular time. The best thing to do is to focus on one thing at a particular time. So if you're going for if you're coming to crypto trading, just like my boss here, Smart COG said, you can you can um you can face crypto trading. Okay, if you want to face DeFi, you face DeFi. If it's crypto jobs you want to face, get the knowledge. And if you already have the knowledge of a few things, then you face crypto job, because you can't be in crypto job, you are trading, you are into DeFi, you're into NFT, you just get paralyzed and you discover that you're not really making any reasonable thing out of all of them. So it's possible a lot of us that knows a little bit about NFT, a little bit about DeFi, it wasn't one time. Okay, we had to do it in different times, facing one thing after the other. Okay, so now I've given 3. The fourth one now is picking a mentor. Look for somebody that has gone far in the particular niche that you want to venture into. Okay, you must not necessarily go to that person and start saying, I want you to be my mentor, this and that. A lot of people don't have time for mentoring again, because anybody you even find in the space is also grinding for his own self. So anybody that gives you his or her time for free or even paid really loves you or really values you. Let me put it that way. Okay. Web3 has made it easy now for people to mentors, in the sense that just by following somebody on his socials and toggling their notifications, looking at everything they are doing and creating a prototype, following their footsteps can help you go far. Okay, so look for somebody that has gone far in your particular niche and then follow that footsteps. I have mentors too that I am looking up to in my marketing field. I have mentors I was looking up to when I was doing Forex. When I was into crypto trading, I had mentors. When I was into crypto jobs, I had mentors.
A miracle, it seems we lost it for a minute.
Before I give my. Okay, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now? Please, if you can hear me, just type. Okay, awesome.
Hey.
Please, where did you lose me so I can continue from there? Hello, where did you lose me so I can continue from there?
They're telling us where they can, But what needs to focus on learning? So I think that was very nice too.
Okay, I'll just recap and talk about the mentorship. Okay, so I was talking about the next step, which is mentorship. Okay, getting a mentor in the space. You need to have somebody that you're looking up to in the particular niche that you have decided
It seems we lost you again.
okay. One of the importance of having a mentor. Okay, please.
Miracle.
Can my next speaker
Okay, smart COG, if you don't mind, can you please take it on? So tell us
continue? Let me
how
just
did
fix the network issues here. It just started now.
smart COG, please can you go on? So tell us how can I get started in the ecosystem? You know, they have the idea about blockchain, Web3, DeFi, NFT. So what's next? What can they do? Please go on, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Once again, good evening, everyone. I hope I'm very clear, right?
Very
I should go on,
audible.
right? Okay. Okay.
Please do.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys. If you can hear me, just get your notepad. Because I know a lot of you guys here are very curious. Yeah, you guys are very curious to learn one or two things. And maybe one of your friend has told you about blockchain before, maybe crypto. He used crypto to buy one of his iPhone, or maybe he has really made fortune in crypto. And to you, you really want to know how to get started in this stuff. How do you really want to push into this stuff? You have been hearing about stuff, this stuff. So just like Miracle said, he first of all mentioned about knowledge. Okay, nobody will underestimate that fact. First of all, understand what this blockchain is all about. Okay, you must understand what Web3 is all about. Web3, as a newbie, okay, you need to know that we evolved from Web1. Okay, Web1, we evolved from Web1, we evolved from Web1 to Web2 to Web3. All right. And most of you know what Web1 is all about. Okay, you also know what Web2 is all about. All right. So Web1 is just all these internet and early internet stuff that has only mostly readable stuff that you don't need to do anything in the internet. You just read it. You read and you go. All right, that is just Web1. Then when Web2 now comes, this Telegram we are using is part of Web2. Okay. Facebook is part of Web2 where you can actually interact. There is interaction in there. But in Web2, this content you are putting into the space is not safe. Somebody can actually hack it. Sometimes you hear they hack one Apple, they will hack one company like that. Sometimes you hear they hack into CBN stuff. Sometimes you'll be hearing many things, okay? Because it's not safe. All right. Your information can be leaked and it will be going viral. Sometimes they will hack into your phone and get some of your private information and start circulating it. Okay, that's actually Web 2. So you need to understand how these things evolve. All right. You understand also what is Web 3. Now we are actually in that era of Web 3, okay, which is also about decentralized stuff and also a way of encouraging us that our information is safe. That's actually literally meaning of Web 3. Okay. So now how do you get started in this space? Like I mentioned, I've actually, given us some overview of, all right. I've given us an overview of Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3. Okay. And the next thing is for you to have um, understand how all these blockchain stuff works. Like that is, you need to have a blockchain wallet. All right. You need to, since you have already know about blockchain, okay, you must understand that, okay, For me to even start, I need to have a blockchain wallet. I need to see this. You need to have a wallet where your cryptocurrency can be secured. Okay, I prefer using um some other normal decentralized platform like Trust Wallet, MetaMask. Okay, where you can actually save your cryptocurrency. Now you also need to know about being security conscious. Okay, you don't have to jump into buying and selling of crypto without understanding that you need to be security conscious in this space. Okay, now, yeah, there is something they normally say in this space: your phrase, your money. Not your phrase, nobody will steal your money. So it means that in Trust Wallet, for example, or MetaMask, for example, all these decentralized platform, your phrase should be secured. Some of us, I have actually been victim of that when I'm starting in crypto. I've been victim of that. Okay. I hope you guys can really hear me. Somebody is typing in the group chat if it is still on. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, cool. So, like as I was saying, you need to have all these platform to get started. Okay, yeah, you need to have the knowledge of what blockchain entails. That is what I said in the first time. Then after having that knowledge, you go ahead to do what? To have a mentor, just like Miracle mentioned. Okay, having a mentor does not mean that you'll be it doesn't necessarily mean to walk up to somebody and say, I want you to be my mentor. There's something I do tell people. Okay, if this person is who you are looking up to, let's say, for example, when I started in this crypto space, I was looking for a renowned mentor in this space. So I was really, conscious about that. I have to look into some, life of all these OGs. For example, Chrisani, for example. Okay. What did I do? I have to pay for his class. I have to pay for his courses. I know most people might not even have money to pay for those courses, but how to gain a mentorship is just if you don't pay for their classes, buy their book, there must be something that you are looking up to get from these people. Okay, it could be their podcast, it could be their books, it could be their community. All right, find a way to have access to those their communities. That's how to build mentorship. All right, not just messaging somebody and say, okay, I want you to mentor me. All right, some people don't even answer to those questions. All right, for me, I do advise, okay, as a newbie in this space, all right, even though if you don't have the money, start from having a potential community, just like this secret network community now. Build your networks from here, all right? You don't just jump into and start buying a project, all right? So I think we'll still get into that. I will tell you guys how to know projects, how to even to spot all those projects, how to even to connect with that. So, but the next thing I want to talk about is that you need to learn about, understand the details about decentralized platform. What is NFTs? What are they? Okay, you need to have a solid knowledge about some of the things that you need to push your interest in. Like for me, for example, I'm a crypto trader and a technical analyst. All right. I push all my interests in that. So when I have balanced in that aspect, I move over to what we call community management, community building. That's why we now have Unity Blockchain Lab. All right. So you need to master one. This space is not a master of all. All right. You must master one, then you need to move to the other one. I do tell people, if you don't know how to trade, all right, if you don't know how to analyze the market, if you don't know how to spot good projects, what you need to do is to use that your Web 2 knowledge. You might be a very good advocate, you might be a very good orator, you might be a very good public speaker, you might be very good at graphic designers, all right. You mustn't be a trader. You mustn't be trading DeFi. You mustn't be trading NFTs. You mustn't be trading crypto. All right. You must you need to find all those Web2 skills you had. All right. You might be a writer, you could be a writer, you could be a content creator, you might be very good at doing videos, and people will, follow you on that aspect. Okay. So if you know all these skills, you can bring it to Web3. All right. You mustn't be a trader to make it in Web3. That's just the truth aspect of it. I'm just giving you guys the real truth. You mustn't be a Web3, what is it called, a crypto trader, analyzing the market, buying Bitcoin when it comes down and when it tries to sell. It doesn't, you can't, that's not the only way to make money in this space. So, as a newbie, as you want to start, as you are planning to start, all right, you need to understand that you can make a lot from your your Web2 knowledge. You can bring it on board and you can actually apply. Okay. So another thing you have to understand is that you need to take some online courses. Okay. Online courses, just like what Secret Network is doing now. You can actually um, apply for, you need to watch tutorials, you deepen your knowledge, and also have available, go through all those available free platforms that you can actually, gain knowledge. Just like this community now, this Secret Network community is a free community. Okay, this information we are giving you guys is free. Okay, but we Africans, we don't value free things. All right, so what I do tell people whenever I'm speaking is, each time you have a privilege to listen to people who tells you something about blockchain, listen and jot down things. Okay, learn. You can pick one or two things from them. All right, these are the ways you can actually grow your knowledge and you are in this space. Okay, you need to remember that Web3 is an evolving platform. That is just the truth. Even even me, even Miracle that is speaking, nobody has stopped learning. Okay, if you stop learning in blockchain space, that is when you will start losing the interest and the trend in the market, in the space. So you must continuously learn. Learning is the biggest key in this space. Learning. Most of you might have been hearing about TIP, just something that just just something that people are doing just to grow their social media platform. Some people, even the highest OG in the space, that most of them have up to 500K followers. Some people have 50K followers, 30K followers. They're doing the TIP. Okay, they're doing the TIP. They are tagging, they are quoting, they are retweeting, just to increase their their presence in the space. Okay, some people here don't even know that Twitter pays people now. Some people here don't even know that Twitter can pay you, TikTok pays. All right, these are the way that you can actually come into the space, learn one or two with your Web2 skills, and pick your own niche and make your own money and leave. Okay, so always know that in this space is evolving. All right, Web3 is just a broad and an evolving concept. It's just broad. It's not really something that you learn today and you stop learning. Okay, a lot of things are coming out. So that's why I'm emphasizing more on the education aspect of it. So you need to join community. You belong to community, belong to one or two communities. Okay, attend events. That one is the most important thing. Attend events. Attend event to do what? To network. Some of us here don't know how to network. Now, in this space, let me be frankly with you guys. Some people will tell you that you hunt for jobs. Do you know that the best job that can come through, even the whole even the what is it called? Some of my guys that are working in secret network, some people that are working in other protocols, with other protocols, they got this job by networks, through networks. All right. So some people thought that when you come to this space, you're on your own. No. In this space, you need to network properly. You need to reach out to people. You need to, talk to people. You need to know how to network yourself around the space. So network is the real and is the main oil in this space that can actually keep you afloat. All right. So I've actually spoken on this, and I believe so much that if you can actually apply this concept I actually mentioned, okay, you learn. All right. Um, uh, somebody is saying the whole Twitter is filled with tips. Very funny. So you learn, all right, you relearn, you join communities, okay. So you can actually be picking those points. You belong to communities, okay. You really be conscious about getting a mentor that does what you really want to become. Okay, if you are interested in video editing, if you're interested in public speaking, that you want to speak well, if you're interested in anything at all in this space, you need to locate your own mentor. Okay, every one of us in this space must locate our own mentor, and every one of us, in one way or the other, has been mentored. Okay, so for you to go far in this space and to remain in this space, you need a mentor. You need a mentorship, or yeah, you need a mentor in your life. So um then another thing I said is about, you need to, get all these um tools, which we can still talk about them, how to navigate your path through it. Okay, we should talk about, you need to get these tools so that you can actually, yeah, answer that you are already in the space. Okay, you need to get these tools we mentioned, like decentralized tools, that is exchanges, centralized exchanges, wallets, and every other tool that can actually help you to learn more in the space. Okay, so I think at this point I need to I need to hold on a bit, so that if there's any other question, you can actually ask. I don't know if Miracle is back. Um, yeah, thank you,
Speakers
thank
joined
you.
us.
Thinking network.
That was really amazing. So our third speaker may kindly respond. I don't know if you can hear me, Michael.
Okay, good day. I was just listening to our co-speaker, and actually he was speaking a lot of sense and a lot of wisdom, which I think it's very, very necessary. So, okay, I'm here live. Sorry for the inconveniences. I was having meeting with one of my colleagues like that. All right, thank you.
Michael. So talking about you know what they need to do to get started, education, mentorship, started. So how can these beginners, how can they get us busy to do to start working with the project? How can
Okay,
they ever start?
your
Sorry,
network is cracking. I don't know whether it's from my end.
what about now? Is it okay now?
Okay, I can hear you properly now.
Okay.
Right on, sorry.
Things I said earlier, mentorship, education, networking, journey, and other things which he has said, and regarding what Miracle has also said. So, but how can they, get a first job in Web3? Where can they navigate to get experience from? Before you be able to get to a certain stage in this ecosystem, you need to update your portfolio. And in order for them to do that, they need to get started at fine. Okay, there are several ambassador programs which they can enroll in. Where can I get access to this ambassador program? How can I get access to it?
Okay, no problem. Thank you
For
so
that,
much. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Anyway, my colleague has spoken a lot of things in terms of the crypto, and I've known him for some time also, and a lot of individuals here. So probably I'll actually first of all say a very big thank you to Paul Black for giving me the opportunity to be on stage today. I think I'm very glad for that. When it comes to newbies, let's take back to newbies. Most of us started early, and some of us, so it's still early though, but it depends on your stage, and you need to watch the stage you are starting from, because we know a lot of people who started from 2016, 2017 on down, they meet a bull run, then some of them were able to grab a lot of things. First thing in and foremost, what I used to tell people in Web3, the first thing you need is knowledge. You can't do anything in any space without having a full knowledge of that particular space. It's just like you want to go into banking and you don't have knowledge about banking. Even if you have the resources, you need a knowledge about that aspect, because that aspect of industry, because we define industry as a set of place where people or different kind of ideas having the same kind of things doing. We have tech industry, we have automobile industry. So coming into the tech industry, you need to understand the industry. You need to understand the aspect of how this industry is moving, what is the stage of the industry, and how can I get into the industry. So the first thing to do is to understand the industry. The next thing to do is to have a role to play in the industry. A lot of people does not have role playing in this industry. A lot of people already understand the industry, cryptocurrency, Web3, NFT, blockchain, but they don't have role playing in. You can't gain something, or you can't actually show, there's something they always say, no evidence. You can't have an evidence when you are not making something in the industry. So you need to have an inch. You need to have what we call a kind of a skill in the aspect of the industry. You can't just do anything. It's just like me coming into what they're calling it, bread industry. I don't know how to bake, I don't know how to sell, I don't know how to market, I don't know how to do anything. Automatically I'll be dormant. Nobody will listen to you. You understand? For you to be relevant, you need to have a skill, and at the same time you need to understand the space you are penetrating in. That is it. Then in the aspect of having a skill, this is also what we know as self-education, because you need to educate yourself in the aspect of, are you going to go into writing? Are you going to graphics designing, marketing, community management? There are a lot of skill in the aspect of the industry. And another thing you will do is, after getting this skill, make yourself unique. A lot of people are not making themselves unique. That is why it looks as if they are not having anything to show in the industry. For example, if you are learning graphic designing, have it in mind that a lot of thousands of people are learning that same graphic designing. So how are you going to position yourself to be free and be more unique in the industry? This is what it comes about your personality. Do you understand? So let's go back. We talk about my colleague talk about Twitter, how Twitter pay a lot of people at this. Now, most of the difference between you and most of these influencers is knowledge, time. The only two things is knowledge and timing, because most of them get into the space so early, so they were able to grab a lot of opportunity. So now you coming at this point, I'm not saying you are not early, but you need to position yourself. You need to grab yourself. What my colleague said about mentorship. So now, talking about mentorship, you don't necessarily need to buck into somebody DM to say to be my mentor. The difference between mentorship and a kind of what we call today about people doing godfatherism is that a mentor, you are using mentorship to grow. You are growing yourself through mentorship. Mentorship is about looking at this person. Okay, if you want to be a content writer, have you searched about the best content writers in this industry? Have you looked how they do their thing? Have you looked how they design their thing? Have you read about them? That will give you a kind of way to vision yourself and to position yourself very, very well, to be very unique and give the best that you can ever give. Do you understand? For example, now, me, myself, I follow a lot of individuals. Paul Black is one of them. Let me be frank with you. Sometimes I watch the way he does the things in the secret network. Sometimes I come into the aspect of looking into Franklin Peters and many others individuals, because I want to be unique. I have a lot of individuals who are over my age mates who are doing more wonderfully well. You look what they are doing. What are they doing that you are not doing? These guys are actually a kind of public speaker, influencers, community managers, And me too, I'm into community management. I read all books about community management. Why are these guys so unique? You check their Twitter and you need to put yourself outside. Most time we are so indoor that we don't want to be outside. In terms of your Twitter is not well optimized, your LinkedIn is not well optimized, your in Telegram you are not interacting, you are just there. No, it doesn't work that way. You need to interact with people. You need to put yourself out there and make yourself unique. With that, you are going to position yourself. That is where self-education and self-positioning yourself in the industry. Then in terms of community, you join communities, as my colleague said. You join communities. I mean, don't just go and join anyhow communities where you have scammers bucking you every day. You need to join unique communities. You need to learn how to do research. In this industry, you must learn how to do research. That is just the truth. They thought research is only for research is only for DeFi analysts or for all this DeFi king or for no, it's for everyone. You need to learn how to do research. If you don't research, you're not going to see the gig you are looking for. Sometimes I research on Twitter. At times I might just come on Twitter and write community manager hiring. You will see different community manager hiring. From there, you will start seeing what they need, because every communities, what they need in community manager is different from this person. Sometimes they put community manager as maybe community development manager. Sometimes they put it as just a moderator. You understand? It depends. But the difference between community management, moderator, and what we talk about community administrator. When you talk about community management, you're talking about growth. You're talking about in terms of collaborations and the rest that will bring growth to the community. Moderator, you're talking about moderating the affairs of the community, making sure you know what they are saying, keeping the community lively. Administrator is someone that set up the community and make the community okay in terms of both physical looks and every other thing. So these are just two different, but sometimes they put it together into one role. So you need to do research. You need to do research to keep yourself updated. So these are one of the aspects you need to do. So you also talk about getting an inch is part of self education, self development, and putting yourself there. Have a mentor. Check about the society you are working in. What is trending in society? How can I incorporate this into blockchain and make myself unique? Sometimes you work with a trend just to put yourself out there, and sometimes you don't really need to work with the trend. So this is based on your calculation and what you're actually doing in the industry. You cannot be a developer and every day you want to be tweeting. You won't have that time, because every time you want to really find a new kind of solution in the blockchain. Then you cannot be a marketer and every day you are indoor doing nothing. You are just on WhatsApp chatting. No, you need to put yourself, you need to bring yourself out there. Let them know that this is what you are doing. Me, myself, I've even applied for some other marketing schooling. Like I talk about Art School. I'm also one of their students. So these are things you need to do to put yourself out there. Even if you have grown, nobody is above knowledge, nobody is above learning. So you need to keep learning, you need to keep interacting, you need to keep working with a lot of people. And I'll give you a very big secret. Once you have one job, you can have 10. Why? If you work very well in that job, you interact with the owners of that particular blockchain. They have some network. They will network you to other some of their friends. That's what I do sometimes. I'll say, sir, okay, I've helped you to do a kind of community marketing. I'm able to help you to build a kind of organic this community where we have a lot of engagement, a lot of stuff, and your market is selling very well. You help me to connect to other kind of your friends, or this sometimes they network me to them. So this is part of bringing yourself out there. Don't keep quiet. You need to keep speaking, but speak the right thing and do the right thing at the right time. So this is what I could say for now.
So much, Michael. Okay, we have a question for Miracle. So, Miracle, here's a question from one of the attendees. So, he's asking, as newbies, which particular one we would get others along the way in learning, but what aspect should we focus on at our level now? So, he's asking, okay, Miracle, so
Hello.
he's asking, so can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear
So
you.
he's
I saw the
asking,
question. As newbies,
okay,
which particular one should we focus on, even though we would get others along the way in learning, but what aspects should we focus on at our level? Okay, of course, this is Web3. You were talking about getting started with the Web3 and the blockchain ecosystem. So I won't tell you to go and start with Forex or follow my own strategy. Okay, you can get started with, firstly, I do advise people to get started with knowledge about crypto, and it's either you start with DeFi or you start with crypto trading. You understand, where you do futures and you do sports, you're able to analyze. So if you want to start with that one, it's fine. If you want to start with DeFi, it's still fine. So I'll just advise, for me, everything you want to start, there is no roadmap to this thing. You can't start telling somebody that, okay, you need to start from this one. Though in some cases it's applicable, but not all cases, because the road to this, there are many roads leading to that particular destination that you're going to. So this is what I would advise. If you can start with complete knowledge about crypto and DeFi, it's fine. From there, you can proceed to trading, and then from trading, anywhere you feel the thing is, these ideas don't come out fully formed. Okay, you have to get started with one. When you're at that one, you get to see the next step. You don't see the second step from step zero. So it's from step zero, you see step one. From step one, you see where you're going to step two. When you get to step two, that's when you see step three. Okay, so you can just get started with just the normal basic on fundamentals of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology, and also DeFi. Thank you. And
Okay.
sorry to add, before I had the network issues, I fixed it now. So thank you so much, my amazing speakers. I actually came here to dish out knowledge, but it seems I'm even going home with a lot of knowledge than I came to dish out. Thank you so much, Mr. Michael. Thank you so much, Smart. Just in addition, okay, I'm sure they must have said this. Now, one of the main reasons why you need community as a newbie in this space is that when you go alone, okay, you go very fast. But when you go with community, you go far. Okay? I don't know if anybody's getting it. When you go alone, you go fast, you move fast. Okay? But when you go with community, you go far. And then secondly, getting a skill in this space helps in sustaining you for the long run. So not just knowing about crypto and this thing, like what Mr. Michael Arinze is, just an additional knowledge to that, okay? Sustainability in this space is highly dependent on what skill you have to offer to the value that this space is bringing. Thank you very much. Over to you, Mr. Michael. Thank you.
Okay. So what I wanted to say, so thank you so much for that. Actually, sustainability is actually a key role, and I think it's very necessary. I dropped a kind of presentation down there so that in case you still have a little knowledge about blockchain. But before you go into blockchain space, I think the first thing is to know generally. That is why most times, let me give you a secret. Most times, Nigerians do better in US, Uganda, UK, and all those countries. Do you know why? Because generally, we do what they call general knowledge. When a child is born in Nigeria, they will teach you math, teach you physics, teach you everything generally. So with that, you're already smart a bit in everything, but you are not perfect in everything. Do you get the point? So when you now go, you need to now put yourself one particular spot. For example, you might just have a general knowledge, the blockchain, the Web3, the Web2, Web1, how the generation of blockchain, NFT, protocols, the difference of protocols, layer 1 blockchain, layer 2 blockchain, and many of them, just to get a better knowledge. Then you check yourself personally, what can I do better? Am I going to go into community management? If I'm going into community management, automatically I need to learn the basics very, very well about blockchain technology and know the difference between protocol, know the difference between GameFi, SocialFi, know the difference between Web3, Web2, and the rest, and know the kind of algorithm that control all this kind of blockchain. Have a little idea about development so that it will help you to be a better community manager. Because as a community manager, you need to learn other skills. So if you're not going into graphic designing, how am I going to design something perfectly? So these are things you need to do. First thing is to have the knowledge of the space. You understand? Like now, if you come to why sometimes I used to thought that why Nigerians most times succeed in scamming most of these whites is because generally a white man might decided to learn how to build computer all his life and he's on computer all his life. He doesn't have general knowledge. But when you have a little general knowledge, then you position yourself on one particular thing, you become super better. Because even though you are you are someone that manage GameFi community, and tomorrow they say you should come and manage something like SocialFi. That is not necessarily a kind of token. Like project I work on is not necessarily a tokenized project, but it's more like a broadcast in terms of trading and rest. If I don't have the aspect of trading and the algorithms and everything that is concerned with trading, I might not manage the community very well. When they are doing a testnet, I might not understand what they are saying. So it is good for you to generalize your knowledge first, then now specifically build yourself on what you are good at and be perfect in there. For example, now I love going into different blockchain at the same time. There are people who are good in near blockchain. There are people who are good in kind of Optimus ecosystems. You understand? So these are different kind of ecosystems. So you need to really generalize your knowledge. First of all, understand the basics, then put your inch in, and with that you are going to grow. I think that is the perfect way to do. You can start with trading, you can start with anything, but the major thing is to generally understand both the centralized trading, both the decentralized trading. And now if centralized trading is paying you more, you go into it, which is meant of futures and the rest. If now decentralized trading in terms of DeFi's and the rest are paying you more, you go into it. So you need to position yourself. You need to first of all generalize your knowledge, knowing everything about it. Not necessarily you need to know every general thing, but the general little things. Like if it comes to blockchain, we talk about layer zero. You know, layer zero is just the component that make blockchain itself. So just know every simple thing, then put yourself where you are good at. If you want to be going into infographics, you go. If you want to be going, there are a lot of skills. It's just like banking system now. We have bank itself. Then in bank we have security, we have managers, we have those that does the marketing, those that does the research and the rest. It's just the way. So first thing, you need to know banking as a whole. Then you need to now specify yourself where you want to work in and where you want to put yourself as a newbie. I think with starting with that is going to help you. And to get job, because that is the most important aspect, you need to put yourself outside. Grow your socials, very, very important. Your LinkedIn, your Twitter, make sure you grow them. Connection on Telegrams and the rest. Sometimes one of the job I've gotten before, I got them on Discord. One of them I've got them on LinkedIn. One of them I've got them on Twitter. It's all depend on you and how you're putting. Don't look at the rock and feel like I can't do it. You can do it. If this Mr. A is doing it, you can do it. Why? Because you have the knowledge already that Mr. A is getting. All you need is the connection. Connection is what differs, and the length of time the person has been on the space. So you need to put yourself out there. So that's what I could say for now.
Thank you very much, Michael. Thanks for sharing that. And also, thanks so much to America as well. So, guys, let's keep our question coming in. So, if you have any question for our speaker, any question at all, please feel free to ask. Okay, I don't know if Johnpaul would love to add anything to what Michael has just said.
So, you have actually pointed a lot of things, and my OGs here, Michael and Miracle, had actually elaborated a lot on this aspect of putting yourself out at the end. So I want to talk more on the question that Miracle just answered, based on how you can start as a newbie. All right. Basically, some of us, just to be frankly speaking to you all, most of you as newbie, you just came into this space to make money. That's just the truth. You didn't come here to waste your time. You just came here to buy that coin that they told you that is money, and then you cash out and you leave. You use the money to settle your deals and all that. But to be frank to you guys, that's not how it works. Okay. If you come into this space just to buy one coin that is money, believe you me, you will lose that money you're coming in. Okay. So we have actually pointed out a lot. Okay. As a newbie, the niche you need to start with. I did say this everywhere I speak. Okay. You have a niche already. You have a skill already. The reason why we felt like we are not good enough is because we have not really put it out there. Okay. Bring down your Web 2 skill into Web 3. I mentioned Web 2 are many things. The Web2 comprises of a lot of things. You are a speaker, you are a public speaker. You can organize events. You can do many things. You can do a lot of things in this space. You are not dormant. You are not a dull child. You are not a dull person. All right. You are in school already, and you are doing a lot of artworks. Okay. You dance. You do a lot of things. All these things are Web2 stuff. Now, how do you now bring it in? Just the way Michael pointed out, you need to grow your social media. It's not just about opening accounts on Twitter and following anybody you want to follow. No. Okay. You need to put out content on your Twitter page, on your LinkedIn page. Okay. Even if it's TikTok, you can actually put these days now. Okay, there was one guy. Okay, this guy owned his TikTok account from I think from 20 person, I mean, yeah, 20 followers to 1.1 million followers in just a space of 3 to 6 weeks. Sorry, 3 to 6 months. Sorry, 3 to 6 months. Okay, this guy, I'm telling you, won an award. Look, most of you might have known this guy I'm talking about. His name is Ahmed. Okay, he's a TikTok crypto trader. All right, his name is Ahmed on TikTok. He noticed that a lot of people don't use TikTok to promote basically crypto trading. When you go to TikTok, what you'll be seeing on TikTok is people dancing, people eating, people laughing, people doing all sorts of things, people doing comedy, people doing skits. But this guy put it up to himself and started using TikTok to educate people and bring people on board. And he grew his account to 1.1 million, more than 1.1 million followers. All right. So what am I saying in essence is that there is always a problem that you know that you can solve. Okay, start from there. Just like Miracle said, there is no protocol to selecting a niche. Start from what you know to what you don't know. That's how to win it in this space. Okay. We have said a lot of things. You must belong to a community. You don't just belong to a community and answer and be part of those that filling in the community numbers so that the community will have a large numbers. No, don't belong to that aspect. Never you belong to that aspect. You must engage in this community. You must ask questions. You must strive to learn one or two things every day. Anything you learn outside, anything you read, use that your community, that your crypto community, that your blockchain community you find yourself into, and share your knowledge there. Let me tell you what this thing does. It will help the people that own that community. It will help the project developers. It will help the community managers, those people that own that community or that manage that community, to always, have you in mind and also bring you on board whenever there is any space. People don't understand this. When they belong to community, they don't engage, they don't join calls, they don't do anything, but they will go to event, they will say join community, they will create WhatsApp, the person will just join community. They will create Telegram, the person will just boom, enter community without doing anything, bring them out to the community. And tomorrow the person will say, oh, this blockchain is not paying me. I've been here since, I'm not seeing anything, I've not seen job. How will you see job when you don't put yourself out there? It's not possible. You can't see job. You don't attend events, you don't attend seminar. Somebody they'll bring speakers to the community. You don't attend, you don't ask questions. No. You can't really go far this way. Okay. Another thing you have to do is to, I know most of us are familiar to this. Volunteering in the community is really important. All right. You need to volunteer in a community for you to grow that your needs, for you to grow that your interest. Find a community and volunteer. I know one guy that volunteered for to become a community graphic designer. The guy is actually learning graphic designer, but when this guy volunteered, this guy became expert in graphics, and some brand employed him, and he's working for this brand through the community he found himself. The community he found himself linked him to this brand, and they are paying him. Do you know what it takes to do
You just do one graphics and you are making up to $500, $1,000. Just one graphics. Just one graphics. So the reason why I'm saying this is that volunteering really helps a lot. When you volunteer, see what it does. It sharpens your memory, it sharpens your ideas, it gives you opportunity to link up with people. Don't volunteer where you don't have passion for. Okay, I do tell people this. Don't just go and volunteer to any platform you don't have passion for. You don't even like what they are doing, you just want to volunteer. No. Volunteer where you have interest in. Okay. Volunteering will really grow your network. It will grow your network. It will also give you edge in the space. Okay. Now also in Telegram, so for you to secure as you are starting as a newbie, you are starting your journey, always avoid scams. There is a lot of Telegram scams in this space. Okay, avoid Telegram scams. Don't use your last card and out of greed to gain wealth in 2 seconds. It doesn't happen. Okay, avoid scam by all means. Avoid scam, especially Telegram scams. There are a lot of many ways to make money in this space. Free money. This tip currently, some people I know actually made more than 1,000 said in the first Epoch this thing, the Epoch one that they just rounded up and Epoch 2. Now they are in the third one now. Okay, this is actually a free money just for engaging in just tweet. So for you to understand this is that you should start thinking that there are some things you do in this space freely, unknowingly or knowingly, you will make work from it. Okay? In this space, there's a lot of things that they call airdrops. A lot of people made huge amount of money from airdrops, legit airdrop. Okay? Airdrops can come in any way. Okay? But you need to be very, very careful to avoid scams. Okay? Especially Telegram bot scams. Okay? Now, I have said about earn some free crypto. You can earn some free crypto by participating in airdrops. There is a lot of way. That's why I mentioned earlier, you must have decentralized exchange, MetaMask, Trust Wallets, name them. Okay, you must know how to use them. So that's where knowledge comes in. You must understand how to use decentralized platform for you to gain all these free funds first. Okay, a lot of us are looking for free funds. You can get free funds from airdrops. You can also get free crypto from giving out your wisdom, your knowledge outside there, so that maybe giving out it to brands and they pay you in return. That is actually where jobs comes in. And that's what Michael mentioned, that you need to put yourself out there for you to gain these jobs. Okay. Now you need to surround yourself with people that can inspire you. Okay. You have a mentor, and your circle must be people that really inspire you. You cannot be a crypto person, you cannot be a blockchain person, and you are always surrounding yourself with people that watch BB Niger. It doesn't work that way. You can't be surrounding yourself with people that always glue themselves to BB Niger. They are always on BB Niger platform. You can't glue yourself with people that always carry people matter for head. Like every little thing, they carry it for head, and you're always gluing with them. You cannot grow in this way. You are not surrounding yourself with the right-minded people. You need to surround yourself with the right-minded people. If they are not really in your league, you need to disassociate yourself from them. That's how growth in wealth works. As someone is growing in wealth, you disassociate yourself from people that doesn't even add anything, any meaningful thing to your life. Okay, so at this point or at this junction, I'll really stop here so that we can actually take questions. Thank you for having us here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Smart CAG. You've actually said a lot of things, and these things are the facts that these people need to hear, because the community you belong to, the people you hang around with, will determine the way you react to things, or will determine the way you learn. Imagine being this kind of person that is focused on blockchain, emerging technologies, and the kind of people you hang around with are people that are about probably focus on just entertainment only. If you think there's a way you could bridge the gap between entertainment and blockchain, if you can't think about that, I know there's no way you could bridge any gap between those two. Probably bring entertainment to blockchain and look for a way to monetize it. If you don't have any kind of idea regarding that, and you're just sitting with them without any beneficiary to you, or any way you could combine it together to make it fruitful, to make it much more better, then I think you're just wasting your time. Because a lot of people are within the wrong cycle. Just like being focused on working with the full time, and then all your friends are people that have nothing to do with technology at all, as in they have zero idea about technology. This is something that cannot contribute to your growth. This is something that will definitely go you back, because where are you going to get information from? Who do you communicate with? How do you know what's happening in the space? It's very important you move along with people who are in the same direction with you. People who think the same way the way you do. Compared to moving around with people that they have no knowledge about the blockchain. Not that you can move around with other people. Of course you can. But you need to be able to filter out who is not and who is not. And you need to be able to build a much more closer cycle around those who are within your field, people who you could communicate with, people who you can build a team with. It's very, very important. And whatever you find yourself, it's something that I know that you can definitely leverage to be able to build your platform, or it's something you can leverage on to be able to build a much more better portfolio or whatever it is you want to do. Just think about it and build it. I've seen several people who come from Web3 ecosystem, come into the Web3 ecosystem, brought the community from Web2 ecosystem into the Web3 ecosystem, into the Web3 ecosystem. Why? Because they have that platform already and they have the users. And bringing them over, bridging them into Web3 was not really hard because they've built that, community with them. But you not be able to build a community now and look for it to transit into Web3 fully, it's going to be really hard. So you need to be able to build a community that that these guys are ready to follow up with any emerging technology, community that that these guys are ready to learn, that you can leverage on. So it's very, very important. Okay, let's see if there's any questions. Okay, I think we have a question from Silas. So Silas is asking, how can they identify communities in the space that are legit or that are scam? Because there are several scam projects now. These are some projects due to the bear market. They're taking advantage of people to just get users and gain user adoption on their platform. Then that's all. So how can they, which of these projects are legit and which is not? I don't know if any of the speakers want to answer that question.
Okay, let me go first. I think I saw the questions. I was just smiling
Yeah,
because
Michael,
it's actually something I
Michael,
spoke.
go ahead.
All right. Okay. I saw the question. I was just smiling because it's something we are already used at. This is why I said several times you need to have basic knowledge. You understand? Most times, if you see community, there are way to grade community in terms of what we are calling it in terms of Telegram. When you check the active participants in particular community and the number of followers, or rather number of members depend, you will tend to know if this community is legit or not. How do I say? Checking for secret network, we have about 1,000 to 400 and something members, and we have about 55 people online, which is telling you that a lot of 55 people are active here. You understand? In that aspect, it simply means that this community is active. Why? Because you're just 1,000 members, depending on the person's locations, but yet we have 55 active people. But their community, you see 100, you see 100 and 1,000 people, and you'll be seeing just this same 55 people active. How? You understand? So you need to learn how to what we call a kind of measure, in terms of measure the community engagement forums and the rest. You understand? If I enter this community and I'm seeing everybody doing buy, most time it tends to be bots. You need to know the difference between real people and bots. You understand? And most time our advice, you don't go with the hype in terms of crypto. Most times you might not get it. You might tend to lose it. You understand? You go with good research in anything you are doing. For example, you are doing DeFi and you are here. For example, now we are hearing tips. If you are going with the hype of tips, you might measure to go and meet the wrong hand or connect the wrong address or anything that will be wrong. Because most times these criminals, or rather these fraudsters in the internet, especially Web3 internet, are clever. Sometimes they might just, there's something they did last time. One of my guy almost fall victim because he clicked a link to join a group. He didn't know that that link was malicious, in terms that anytime he copied his address to paste something, the address I will paste is the people's link. Do you understand? So these are things. So you need to be very careful in what you do. And most times, don't use the same wallet when doing airdrop. What is airdrop? Airdrop is like a giveaway. It's just like a company want to do adverts, want to get a lot of people. It's part of marketing. For example, if I'm we secret network now, for example, we want to get a lot of people. Might say we are doing airdrop, we are giving so amount of this to the community, and they have a tax to be done. Like there's a tax to be done. So don't use your same wallet you are using for airdrop also for your main what they are calling it to keep your funds. And when buying things or when doing things or when trying to join community, do perfect research. Like for example, there might be tips community, then they have other scammers community. Now, let's say Twitter has made it so hard in the terms that before, when we see Twitter verification, we already know that yes, this community is verified. But this time around, people can buy verification. I might decide to just go and buy bots, buy a lot of fake impressions, buy a lot of fake followers and the rest, and buy Twitter Blue into one account, name it tips, and many people will start joining my community. Through that, I decided to scam them. So you have to know the original community and the real community. The first thing to do is to go to the original website. Most times, if I'm doing research, for example, I've spotted a particular blockchain or this, and I want to really know more about them, I go to their website. When you go to their website, read them, you will see the link to their community. You join directly from the website. That will also give you a good idea. But most times, you might join malicious websites. So that is why you need to do your research equivalently before you do anything you are doing. So it all depends on you. The only thing that will make you advance from scam is knowledge, and you need to have self-discipline. A lot of people, why they are failing both in trading, why they are falling into scammers, is because they are not disciplined. They are so greedy. You understand? How can you run a trade? There's something I did one day. I used one of my main wallets to send money to Binance. When I send money to Binance, about let's just say 1K something like that, then it was hanging. Then I saw a notification on my wallet and said that you have to airdrop claim. Some people will rush to go and claim. You understand? For example, I saw an airdrop of what I said was 1K, and I was seeing a drop of 5K. Most people, because of greed, they will love to connect wallet. And once you connect that your wallet, you are giving them permission, because this thing is like, for example, you have your difference between your wallet and exchange, that when you bring someone physical wallet, what makes this person's wallet is what's uniquely inside. For example, your seed phrase are what is uniquely inside your wallet that makes your wallet unique. So they are your doorstep. So when you connect them and give them permission, automatically they are draining your wallet, and they might drain it for life. Anything is entering there is going out. You understand? So you need to have self-discipline. You need to watch out, good research about community. You need to learn to follow the right socials. For example, before you do anything, it's not about, even if I'm the one posting it, hey, join this. Sometime it's either they might hack someone, or somebody has decided to promote bad products. For example, we have a lot of Twitter influencers who are just being paid to just promote bad products, and you, at the end of the day, you rush into buy or do anything, or then you start insulting. You are the perfect person for your own growth. You are the perfect person. No matter who is your mentor, you should be the one to know that you first before any other person in this crypto space. You understand? In this blockchain technological space or tech space, you first. You need to know about your own security before you think. Don't totally trust anybody. Anybody can tomorrow be maliciously act, or maybe might change his conscience and the rest. So these are things you need to do: self-discipline, research, and follow the right way, and you will not get scammed. I think that is the best you should do for yourself.
Thanks so much, Michael. I believe that answers the question, Silas. Okay, let's see if anyone has another question. Okay. Please, guys, if you have any question, please do feel free to ask. Our speakers are very, very knowledgeable. Okay, so I don't think we have any questions for now. So, thanks so much, Michael. Thanks so much, Smart COG. And thanks so much to Miracle as well. So, now, carrying your final thoughts, speakers, what do you want to leave them with? Because based on each and everyone's background here, before you got into the space full time, at least you have failed several times, you've made some mistakes, and there have been some challenges, and you've been able to overcome those challenges. And you prepare yourself to the extent whereby if there is any other challenges, you'll be able to overcome them. You know, better, much more better, and the approach is going to be different compared to the way you battle some of those challenges in the past. So, what final words you want to leave with the beginners, the participants? So please, don't share. No, please feel free to don't share the way it comes from your heart. Thank you.
Me? Can I go? Can I go on?
Sure, you
No,
can.
you
You
can.
can.
Okay. Final word from me is that I would really like to say this, and everyone here, including me, including the OGs, we are all privileged to be seen, to be alive, to be seeing this wonderful opportunity holding us, which is blockchain, that is Web3. All right. We are experiencing it now. And one thing I have to tell everyone here, never you stop learning. Okay. That's just the crucial aspect of it. Never you stop learning, never you stop networking. Okay. If you have your own way out, always seek to attend, most especially physical events. There are a lot of physical events about crypto. Okay, me personally, what I do is that anytime I hear about physical events, if I have the funds to attend that event, I'll definitely attend the event. What that thing does to me is really uncountable. All right. Even Michael here, okay, meeting him first time. I've actually met him first time. All right. So most of OGs in the space, if you want to meet them for the first time, you can actually go to a physical large event of blockchain. You definitely meet a lot of them. Okay, you network, you change contacts, you grow from there. Okay, so don't stop learning. Stick to the community and always make your own research. That's the most important thing I have to do. Thank you everyone for having us.
Thank you so much, Michael. Sorry, thanks so much, Johnpaul. Okay, let's move over to Michael. So Michael, what final thoughts?
Oh, final thoughts. Final thoughts. Okay. First thing I always tell everyone, for you to avoid some certain mistake in the crypto space, I think he has spoken one of them, which is learn. The most thing I will tell you the truth and the truth is to be disciplined. You understand? Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Don't be so like have a kind of this kind of hesitation. You want to really do, you want to really do. Calm down and grow yourself. Put things in order. Another thing you need to do is humility. What will make you stand out is humility. Humility is not a curse. Humility is not an insult. Humility is something you would do. Don't feel like, oh, I know all. I already read about this. I already do this thing. Allow sometimes I attend some meeting or some physical event, not because I don't know what they will say. I already know some of these things they are saying, but because I want to really connect. Humility will enable you to connect with people. People might be your age mates, but they are far ahead of you in terms of that kind of connection, money, knowledge, time in the industry. Some people do not sleep in this industry. So you need to be aspect of being disciplined, you need to be hardworking, you need to have humility to connect, humility and self-respect. Respect yourself, respect others, don't feel too much. You understand? Because if you have discipline, most times you will not fall into all these scammers in terms of most people decide they will just employ you. For example, there's something they're doing some back then. They will employ you to promote coin, or rather they'll employ you to manage a community of scammers, and you won't know. You understand? They might pay you peanuts, but they might scam a lot of people. So with that, you are denting your image, you are spoiling your name in the industry. There are a lot of people in this industry which are big, but they cannot call them for events, they cannot call them for activity because of the name they have already made. You understand? So these are things you should do. Avoid it. Be self-disciplined, connect, be humble. You understand? Be God-fearing and the rest. And at the same time, which word will I use for this? Will I say pride or what? Put yourself out there. I think that is the best I could say. Put yourself out there. Don't be in your comfort zone. That's the thing they say, come out from the box or the rest. It's true. Don't be in your comfort zone. Don't feel like you can't do it. There's a job I got, which is the recent job I got. There are some things they said I'm going to do that I don't know how to do it. But I used YouTube to do it the time I got the job. I applied for it. I told them I could do it. I used YouTube. I learned about it. I was able to do it. They said I should build a kind of I think what they said I should build, I was able to do is I'm going to deploy a chat bot in terms of like the bot is going to be answering just like ChatGPT is going to be answering every community questions and the rest concerning the project. And later I deployed it and everything is working fine. I became an administrator just overnight. You understand? So these are things you need to do. Put yourself out there. Have that confidence in you. Like have that kind of which word will I use? Put yourself, don't look like, oh, Mr. A is doing this because Mr. A has been in crypto so years and this and that. No, you can still do it. That is just a difference. That is why I said the first thing you need to do before I said you need to have a skill. You need to understand the space. Once you have the knowledge, the next thing is to put the knowledge out there. Don't just keep the knowledge to yourself. You understand what blockchain is. You understand every aspect of blockchain. You have read the in and out. You have tested it because practical makes you perfect. It's not about just reading. If you read about DeFi and the rest, have you traded before? Have you exchanged token? Have you done those things? Practical makes you perfect. When you have done it, put yourself out there. Sometimes you might not even do beyond that. But if they said there's a job for community manager and what they are requesting is that you need to have so KPI. You saw the KPI looks very bulky a little, but it's something that is achievable. Why not go for it? Why feeling that, oh, it's for the tough men, it's for the bigger men? No, it's not like that. Grow yourself, grow your socials, attend events and do everything possible. And I don't think there's anything stopping you in the space. At least the space will give you food on your table, first of all, for you to keep on growing yourself till you get to the level to be the one handling a lot of resources and a lot of people. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you so much. That was very helpful. Okay, now over to Miracle. So, what do you have
Okay,
for us?
guys. Exactly. I would first of all want to appreciate Secret Africa and also Pope Black for this opportunity, to be here and share insights, experiences, and stories about how far and how well, we have come in this space. So I am grateful. Thank you so much. And everybody who has stayed till this time, thank you so much. A lot of things I wanted to say, my co-speakers have definitely said it all. But just to add to their well of knowledge, is that in this space, relationships are currencies. Okay, so utilize it well. Build relationships because there are things money cannot give you in this space. There are things fame cannot give you in this space, but relationship will grant you that access. And what is this relationship? Access to the heart of men. That's favor. Okay, you can't really find favor in the eyes of anybody if you don't have a very good relationship with that person. So some of you have been in this call since the beginning of the Simplified, Decentralized, this Secret Africa's event. You have been from the beginning. You have been seeing some people that have always been here. Okay, nothing stops you from going to their DM. Introduce yourself. Don't just go and type hi like me. Okay, when you go, introduce yourself. Hello, my name is so and so. I do this. I'm in the space, and I met you at Secret Africa. I just came to your DM to get acquainted. That person you went to connect with, you never knew. Maybe he might be the marketing manager for a particular project, and he'll be the one to be bringing you up as also a marketing intern or part of the marketing team. So it's just so wild that there's no specific way, like I always say, to actually attain that success that you're looking for in this space. Okay? So relationships are currencies, and also keep building even if what you're doing is not visible. I can tell you that one of the easiest things to do in this space is giving up. Trust me, it's very, very easy. You can get frustrated along the way. There's a time you come, you will give your all. After your all, maybe it will be wallet hack that will pack everything you have worked for in a year, in 6 months. Some of us here are not entirely newbies, but we're just trying to come back after something hard might have hit us. That might be the bear market, that might be wallet hack, that might be loss of funds, or any of those things. So just stick around, okay? Stick around. The space will definitely reward those who are resilient and choose to give their best. So I don't want to um, recap what my other bosses have said. This is just a few things that I have done that I want to add to what they said. So I hope this conference does not leave you the same way it met you. So if you are here and you have learned anything you learn, again, this is one thing I want to say. I forgot about it is put it into practice. Someone who learns one thing and puts it into practice will go far than someone that knows 500 things and doesn't put anyone into practice. Okay, so you have learned a lot. Some of you have notes pad where you have been writing down things that you have learned. Ensure you put them into practice. That is how you produce results. Okay, so thank you very much. I will just stop here. It's a pleasure to be here tonight with you, and I really appreciate. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Michael, and also Johnpaul. You guys are speaking a lot of reflection on personal. I've also learned so much from you, and thanks for taking our time to join us on this space. And also thanks to everyone who participated in this space as well in this session, because we are all here to learn, to gain knowledge, and to network as well. Like our miracle said, it won't cost you anything to network with some of these guys. No, talking about joining communities. Each and every one of these speakers belong to communities. And from there, you can join some of these communities, get to know about the communities. This is how you begin your career. This is how you start learning. This is how you take a step ahead. Checking their background, check out some things they've worked on, check out how they get into the ecosystem, check out some of the story they shared, check out some of the key points from this section. Take down those key points, see ways at which you could work on them, and then before you know, bro, you start making one or two in the space. And there's one thing I'm going to advise everyone, and you are very, very familiar with this because we work together. Is never put money first. Because if your number one aim is make money, see the thing is that you can make this money, sure, just that the money might just be for a short one, a short period of time. Before you just like before your overall priority or overall aim is just to make money, bro. At the end of the day, the money you haven't planned to get or you are trying to make might not even be something that is even worth it. Because there is a lot to achieve in this ecosystem. There is a lot to benefit. Relationship is something that is very, very important. I remember then, Miracle knows about my story, this kind of person, I don't put money first. If I focus on, okay, how much am I getting out of this? Believe me, I want to have gotten to this stage. We've worked with several people without getting paid. We've worked with even our colleague, working under our colleague, and still getting underpaid, and we still do the work. Not because we feel like we are hungry or because we don't have option. No, it's because there's a lot to learn. Having a mentor, having someone to work with, having someone to work under, it's not the end of the world. It's just time. 2 years ago, those who know my story, they can definitely tell you about how I grew in this space, things I've done, people I've worked with, people I've worked for. It's different between people you work with and people you work for. People need to learn that there are difference. You know, you don't expect to work with people if you have not worked for people. And I'm not saying you should not go after making money, but before making money, do you have what it takes to make the money? Do you have everything it takes? I know we cannot all have what it takes, but are you doing what it takes to get it? Do you have the knowledge? Do you have the skills? Do you have the portfolio? Or you are just okay, how can I make this money? Waiting this up. How can I turn this into money? Of course, I know that's one of the major reasons why people are joining this. But of course, yeah. But before asking how I make easy they make money, like okay, sweeter I get here, sweeter if you do, sweeter if you do. How can we work together to make this thing much more better? How can we work together to make this thing a generational wealth? Like I usually tell people, don't because of what we eat now, destroy something that we wish to feed the whole generation. When people have some opportunity, all they focus on doing is to just see what they can get from that opportunity and that moment. I I've said this before, I got this opportunity to meet someone, not just a regular person, someone I think if I can just using manipulation or using blackmail or something, emotional blackmail. I can use emotional blackmail to just collect like 2 million from this person because they have the money. And I thought to myself, why would they even collect 2 million naira when you can build a much more lasting relationship with this person, a relationship that could earn you maybe 500 million naira in the next 10 years? Why would you jeopardize it because of 2 million naira? Because I thought about it, everything shouldn't be about okay, what can I get now? Because at the end of the day, people usually destroy a long time relationship just because of what they want to get at that moment. You meet someone asks, what can I do for you? The next year starts telling the person is your problem. No, now, instead of doing that, ask what the person have been working on, ask how you can contribute any way you can, and tell this person these are the skills I can offer you. And tell this person, be truthful to this person, this is what I have, these are the skills, maybe this is the level I've gotten to. But I want to work with you. I don't need you to give me your money. I want to work with you. I want to grow from you. I want your mentorship. I need you to put me through some things. I need to grow with you. These are things that it changes people's mindset. It changes the way people see you. Not like, okay, what can I do for you? You start mentioning several problems and expecting money. Of course, the person can still give you this money. But believe me, after that money, then it's all. They might never reply your message again. Or when next you message them, there was not my message because I think maybe you want to start doing another type of billing, even though maybe I'll not billing them the next time, but they'll think it's billing. I'm just saying this because I don't know who is going to have opportunity to meet someone who is very, very big or someone who is great or someone who have achieved lots of things. And I will please beg you, don't spoil that relationship because of what you're together at that moment. It's very, very important. Several people I've met, if I had just use the opportunity of meeting these kind of people and then collect money from them, believe me, at the end of the day, nothing else. They will never come, okay, Pope, you have a project, come and work with us. Okay, Pope, we need the service, come and do this. Okay, Pope, can you work on this project? Can we work together? Can you do this? How much can we pay you per month? How many hours are you willing to sacrifice per week? It's because we focus more on building relationship, building our portfolio, or upskilling ourselves and looking for ways at which we could get better. And in doing so, we are opening more opportunities for money to come. And when looking for money, don't just look for money that will sort out your basic needs. Look for money that will sort out, things 10 years to come. Look for money that could become a generational wealth. This is very, very important. You need to start changing your mindset or perspective. And it won't cost you anything. Like yesterday's speaker, I believe everyone had him. He said he worked for free for 8 months, guys. 8 months he worked for free. And this is not like someone that doesn't even know what he's doing. He has built his skill, he has built his portfolio, but he still worked for 8 months for free. Why? Because he was trying to build relationship with these people. And he's not even from Nigeria, he's not even from Africa. This is someone who is from USA telling you that he's also working on building relationships with these people. To know the power of relationship. And I'm not saying we shouldn't turn probably boy to someone that at the end of the day you just be doing things without results. Of course, there should be results. There should be results in your life. There should be results in your portfolio. There should be results in your personal growth as well. And you need to use your how will I put this word? You need to use your discretion when you do some things. You mustn't be told. You need to start using your discretion as well to know how to approach some certain things. So basically, this is what I would just add to what the speakers have said. Thanks so much to Miracle. Thanks so much to Michael. Thanks so much to Johnpaul for sacrificing their time to come here to share their knowledge, to share their experience, and also to tell us a story as well. This is really inspiring, and I believe everyone definitely is going to, go into this space and explore and definitely get something good doing, get something notable doing, and also bringing value to other people and also giving value out to people as well. And there's one thing, nothing is impossible. Never underestimate yourself. Not let anyone tell you that you are just dreaming, that you should stop watching Nigeria film. No, this is, start being realistic. There are certain things that you can do personally, only if you put your mind to do it, or only if you believe in yourself that this is something I can achieve, this is something I can do. No, though you might be scared, but you just have to put it in you that, okay, I can do this thing. Like Michael said earlier, he was given a project to do. And this project, he has never, he doesn't want to understand how it works. He has never done it. But he went on YouTube to make research, and he was able to do it and deliver to this project. I do say this: if something that is within your scope, is within your field, and you're asked to do it, even if you've never done it, go on YouTube. There are several ways to get resources to get things like this done. There are several ways. Like I told you guys, the first time I was asked to do a pack of Telegram stickers, I never even knew Telegram even existed then. But what did I do? I went on YouTube, started watching several videos, making research, and I was able to do Telegram sticker pack for a project, and it's still being used up to today. And that was the first project Telegram sticker pack, and they are still using it for over 2 years now, going to 3 years now. And that was the first time I designed Telegram sticker pack, and that was the first time I even joined a crypto community. That was the first time I even interacted with Telegram as a whole. You see, it's just because your willingness to make research, your willingness to go, your willingness to say I want to move out of this comfort zone, your willingness to become better. And to be honest, this is not easy. There are times when you feel like giving up because you are not achieving those results, or you're achieving those results, but financially you are not, achieving what you want to achieve financially. It's very, very good to have funds to, support yourself, funds to be able to sort out bills and some other things. But when you have not gotten to that stage yet, or when those funds are not coming in, and the little you could do at that moment is to keep believing in yourself. But those days, sacrifice all those things. Then I do tell my guys, I do move from my home. I go to the nearest cafe around me, stay from morning to night. All I have to do is, okay, guys, give me some of your work. I'll do it for you for free. You don't have to pay me, just for me to have access to your computer. Not their computer, rather, to have access to their space to do some work and then get out. Because then I don't have lights, I don't have gen, and power supply in Nigeria is really bad. So the only thing I can do is to go to cafe and then help them and then do my own work on my phone. Or probably wake up in the midnight when there is light and then get some things done. Then, like I do tell people, like I've seen several people who will tell you that I don't have data for this, I don't do this, I don't have this. If a project gives you a work and you're telling the project you don't have data to do their work, you don't have MB data, immediately they are going to fire you. They are going to look for someone else to replace you. Because there are some excuses you just can't give, to be honest. Or you're telling them your power supply is bad, you don't have light. Who does that? See, bro, when you don't have light, there are several ways you could look for where to get power. If you go to a cafe, if you go to a restaurant, there are things you could do. Because there are other people looking for that opportunity. There are other people looking for, to get to where you are now, looking for access to where you have access to, but they don't have those kind of access. And you are there having this kind of access and you are giving excuses. Before you give excuses, you need to have a good relationship with this kind of person. You need to have built yourself to a level whereby, okay, these people know that you are competent, you are very good at what you do, and they know that you always deliver. And for you not to deliver this time is due to a valid reason. But you that you've not delivered, you've not gotten to any stage, you've not built yourself, you are still trying to begin your career, and you are giving an excuse. Sorry, I don't have data, boss. Sorry, we don't have light. Sorry, I was offline. Do this one, do this one. All those kind of things will definitely make people feel like this guy is not serious. We can't work with these guys. Imagine then when I started my career in Web3, when I was working with a senior colleague of mine. There's not a colleague, but I call him a boss. Then I did several work for this guy for over 3 months, without even expecting any pay. And I'm doing this. I even sacrificed my own lecture time just to make sure I get this work done. I sacrificed my nights to get this work done. I move out of my comfort zone to get this work done. It's not because there's any assurance that I'll be paid or any assurance that, okay, I will do something for you. But the only thing that kept me moving was because I know that I need to go through this process. I know that I need to build relationship with people. I know that I need to improve on my own skills because doing this is even helping me improving on my own skills. Doing this is giving me opportunity to see what else is out there. Doing this is just giving me this kind of experience that I need. Because if there is no such platform for you to get education about blockchain or crypto or Web3, or there's no way you could even get about any of these things. There's no way you can even know how to make use of any of these tools. Like I do tell people, opportunities are going to come, but are you prepared for these opportunities? Believe me, 5 years to come, 3 years to come, before you work with any project, any tech firm, they will ask you, do you have experience in blockchain or DeFi? Do you have experience in NFT? Do you have any experience in Web3? Not because they need that experience, but they need person from that kind of field to look for ways they could leverage both Web3 and Web2 companies together, to look for ways they could leverage on your experience in that field, to look for things they could do much more better than their competitors. I've interacted with people who told me that banks are even hiring blockchain guys to come and work with them to look for ways they could make things much more better with their traditional banking system. Banks are exploring ways. They are hiring blockchain experts, and not just banks. We have other, fintech and other, traditional technology, or how would I even refer to it as other companies, looking for ways to work with guys that are already in this Web3 industry to be able to work with them and see ways they could do things. Call of Duty that people play, or what's this game? Is it Call of Duty or what's the name of this game? I've forgotten. That people play. I'm not a fan of mobile game. I play mostly FIFA. This game that is very popular, Call of Duty. Recently, they've integrated into Web3. I think they partner with. I don't forget. Maybe I forgot. Maybe it's Dodge channel which put a partner with to offer NFTs to players. But you are just a gamer and you don't even know what is NFT. You don't even know anything. And those who are in Web3 will take advantage of this. Before you know, they'll start making those NFTs, collecting those NFTs, selling it, and then making money off it. But you're just playing for fun. It's good to play for fun, but if you're not having pitch this idea to them, believe me, this could even worth millions of dollars to you. Pitching that idea to them, working with them to build some sort of things, getting much more users, or looking for ways for them to even get much more revenue to their revenue. And for those who work with them to be able to transit them to or to work with Web3 projects, they have to have experience in Web3. And if you don't have the experience, how can you work with them? Or there's an opportunity in your company and they are looking for people who have experience in Web3 to be able to sponsor them to a country or to sponsor them on the course or to give them promotion or to raise in salary. And you are left behind because you don't have the skill. Like I do tell people, sometimes you need to get this skill not because you want to make money out of it, but rather for your own benefit, for your advantage, to make your life much more easier or to be able to even solve a problem for your society. There's a lot of problems we are facing daily. And one way or the other, we can provide solutions to this problem, but you have to think of, do I have an idea of the solution? Is there anything I can do about it? So, knowledge is not wasted. This can be of benefit to you in several ways. It can open doors for you. And to be honest, tomorrow you might not end up working for a Web3 firm, but even though you're Web2, with the experience you have, it will make you much more better than others. It's just a matter of, okay, this is what I know, this is what I don't know. Now we have, in Nigeria, we have NITDA now. NITDA are employing several blockchain guys to work with them, to be able to educate people on blockchain, Web3, to be able to implement NYC certificate into the blockchain, to look for people to tutor people around the world. And for you to be able to do that, you need to have experience, you need to be knowledgeable about this technology. And if you don't have any of this experience, you don't have any of this knowledge, how can you, tutor people? How can you view these guys? How can you even get employed? Even though you have relationship with these people, you have connection. At least, even though you have the connection, you should have the knowledge to be able to work on what kind of thing they want you to work on. So at times, even though you have the relationship with these people, you have the connection, and you are not consistent at what you do, or you don't have the knowledge about what they want you to do, it's more or less useless. Believe me, they will look for someone else to replace you, except you are going to do ghost working. And if you're a ghost worker, believe me, you can only work within that place. And the moment that thing not ends, it ends for you because nobody's going to employ a ghost worker. What can you show? What are the KPIs? What can you prove? Is there any proof? There are a lot of things to think about. So I just believe it's a matter of time, and definitely there's enough space for you to explore, and there's a lot to achieve. To be honest, and never underestimate yourself. Never think your level is too small. No, never think there's things you cannot even ascertain or position you cannot ascertain. No, just believe in yourself. Have faith in God. If you are religious, you have to pray always. Support yourself with prayer. Whatever it is you can do to help yourself grow, do it. Move around with people in that kind of field you are into. Network with people that are in that kind of field. Ready to sacrifice, ready to invest in yourself. So this is all I have to say. And once again, thanks so much for everyone who joined tonight's section. Thanks to our speakers. And I guess this will officially be the end of tonight's section, except there are questions that are not unanswered yet. Yeah, I think no questions. I think that's all. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Do have a wonderful night. Thanks once again for our speakers. So yeah, that'll be all for tonight's section. And shout out to our sponsors, Node Validator, Trade Protocol, Syllables, and also one and only Anon's NFT. And also shout out to all of our community partners as well for supporting the event. Shout out to all of our speakers. So that will be all for this section tonight. And we'll be dropping the link to each and every social media account of our speakers. So guys, make sure you follow them on Twitter and also make sure you turn on your Twitter so you can always stop to date with any information that I'm trying to pass out there. So yeah, that'll be all for tonight. I don't know if any of the speakers have anything to say before we officially end the section.